I was going through old toy mags last week at the Strong Museum, and there's an article on toy counterfeiting that presented a picture of everyone's favourite non-gender conformist handheld, the Game Child.
That's cool.
Hello and welcome to the Tidbit Cast. My name is Gary Clark, and I'm joined
What's with all these surnames? You keep throwing in your surname. I'm David.
Fucking intro.
Who was that? Yeah, God. And this week I'm joined by
David.
And I'm joined by
Gary Clark.
Hello, Gary.
Sorry, Aaron.
Oh, hey, Gary.
Hey, Aaron.
I've been waiting for this.
For what? No.
Oh my God!
What the fuck
Yes.
was that?
Two Garys.
No, it's kind
Let's
of
have a
apocalypse
conversation.
gun.
Let's do it.
No,
Please don't.
Come on, let's do it.
No, do what?
Oh,
Let's all be Gary.
Let's play PUBG together.
Fuck off.
I still have my old phone. We can play together.
I just deleted it off my phone so I can listen to fucking music. No.
No,
thank you.
I'll give you my old phone, Gary. Don't worry. You know how it works.
Oh my God.
Imagine Gary and Gary playing PUBG together on the same mobile phone. You'd be an older.
I don't want to.
I want to see Gary and Gary have an argument.
I don't want to see any more than one Gary in my life ever.
We wouldn't have an argument. We would work together. So I would write, or he would write, whichever, and the other one would just edit. Or we get two different computers, and one of us could do the graphics, and one would do the shots.
How do we know there isn't two Garys already?
I fear there might be.
If there was, can you imagine how awesome it would be?
No.
How
No.
quickly we get videos.
No.
Because that way one of us has to go to work. Oh my God, one of us should stay at another job, and the other one can go to the other one.
So,
Oh my God!
our topic is Aaron's,
yeah.
I believe.
Yeah.
So, this is the Tidbit Cast. And you can find us at most places.
Now
And
with four members on every show with Gary and Aaron and David.
there's the two Garys and Aaron and David. So you can find us. Oh, can you imagine both of our topics?
I don't want to.
Imagine both of our topics.
We have to go through two
We
fucking
hear
Gary
our
topics
games for
every
3
week.
hours.
Oh!
You can find us at Tidbit Cast on most social media platforms, which is the two that we're on at the moment, which is Facebook and Instagram.
All two of them.
All
And you
of them.
can see us at most audio and podcasting platforms at Tidbitcast, and of course you can also support us by going to YouTube, which is the easiest way to support us at the moment. And if you have any questions, observations, or little tiny interesting things, you just want to ask us anything, you can go to talktotidbit@gmail.com to talk to us at
Tidbit. Talk to.
Jesus
Tidbit
Christ.
At gmail.com.
The new Bond, ladies and gentlemen.
I zoned out there for a minute.
So just ending off this week at a nice cap, we're going to be going straight to our Italian stallion.
Who's Irish?
Born in fucking Ireland. Jesus.
You're the closest we have, dude.
Italian blood, it's all good. Right, okay, into it. High octane, bit of energy going.
Just give what you got.
I've got what? I'll give everything I've got.
Talk to Tidbit at gmail.com.
Tidbit talk, G-Town talk. Right, okay.
At hotmail.com.
Hotmail.com at Gmail. Yeah? Right, okay. I want to talk about...
Yahoo.co.uk.
No one uses Yahoo.
At outlook.com.
Outlook, for some reason, I'm constantly put into. Even when I sign in on Hotmail, it's like opening your Outlook. I'm like, I don't even
My
understand.
sister still uses yahoo.co.uk.
So she,
Put that,
We don't talk about her.
put that on her work CV, and I was like, oh my God, do I really have to put this down? It's been so long since I've had to type this.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Well,
Okay.
topic this week. Only gonna be a quick one, to be honest, because
And we'll end it up there.
No,
Thank you
you're
for listening.
no,
that was quick.
I want to know, why do you think American reboots of British TV shows are so fucking bad?
Oh.
And why are the British versions of these shows so fucking good?
Well, the thing is that most of them are going from Britain to America, so it means that they're adapting a property from the original place where the original humor, where the premise came from. So obviously everything works because it's set in that way, but then it's also adapting that to the American audience, and they try and do the exact same thing but for American humor. And it's like, for example, if we went to somewhere somewhere completely different from Ireland, like for example Machu Picchu, and then we try to adapt.
Quite different.
That's the next place you go to.
But then imagine adapting a story from there to Ireland. It's it's a very different place with different nuances in the language, different sense of humor, different location. And so when you try to adapt that to the story, it's like, well, we might as well just do a completely different story rather than do the same story but with a different humor. Or a lot of the times with the same jokes. Like, I see a lot of those British shows that go to America, those like different adaptations. They do a lot of the same jokes.
The
But they
IT
just-
crowd is the worst one.
IT Crowd
Never
starring
seen it.
Joe
Yeah.
McHale, was it? Who
Wait,
did
what?
the fucking... The IT Crowd did another one.
Yeah, you know Moss from the British one.
Richard
Yeah?
Ayoade.
Yeah.
Yes.
He was in the American one as well.
Yeah.
And the first episode is the exact same episode, just with American people in it.
It's
the
Joe
exact
McHale, I
same
think it
jokes.
was.
Yeah.
Oh, it was actually.
Joe
I think
McHale,
so.
yeah.
Yeah. It's
Well,
just
Community and all that sort of stuff. Do you know
Yeah.
this?
Yeah.
so at least for what's his name?
Jeff Wingate.
At least
Yeah.
for Moss, he didn't need to learn new script. It's pretty much the exact same script, but it was just with new actors.
It was cancelled
But
after the
the-
first episode.
I saw it. I'm not surprised.
They did the same thing with the In-Betweeners. The first one was
That's-
the same.
that
That
was
wasn't
the
exact
season.
same, though. Yeah.
The last of the season, characters were slightly different. The whole character of Jay was just blown into the typical like American like Stifler type thing,
Okay,
like
yeah.
American Pie.
Yeah, it's like so much puss.
Puss. Jinx.
Oh, wow.
Podcast, get out.
Hey, Dad.
Oh, hey anyone I fucking know. Jesus
But
Christ.
also, with these things, there's this great established show already.
Yes.
And the reboot is them just trying to chase that.
Yeah.
It is.
It's not even trying to be original at all. It's trying to just get the glory that's already here, you know?
The land of opportunities. The land of British opportunities.
There is
Yeah.
a show that I want to talk about that talks about this. The entire show is based on this idea.
Oh.
Do you know what it is I'm going to start talking about?
No.
Episodes.
Oh, yes, Stephen Mangan and Joey.
I've not heard of this.
Never heard of episodes.
Oh.
Okay. Oh, I see.
What is episodes?
Episodes
You'll
is
know once we mention one of the actors.
Matt LeBlanc.
I know him.
It's the I think you've mentioned that we've talked about
We've
this.
talked about
the
this
day
beforehand,
before.
yeah.
It's the one where Matt LeBlanc is himself, basically.
Matt LeBlanc plays Matt LeBlanc. Okay.
This
I'm
sounds
gonna
familiar.
give you the premise. Right. British show called Lyman's Boys, starring older man. Okay, it's like the idea is that's the headmaster of a prestigious boys boarding school. Okay, he has a thing for a teacher in the school.
Yeah.
She's gay, right? He's like an older man as well. He's played by the guy who played Uncle Vernon in Harry Potter.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, and this is just before he died, I believe, as well. So the idea is that that's the comedy. There is that here he is trying to teach these boys while also being hopelessly in love with a woman who couldn't ever love him back.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's comedy there, which is fucking great. And then after winning all the awards and all this sort of stuff, a producer from America comes to the awards ceremony and offers them a job. Says that he loves the show, wants to do an Americanized version of it, but wants them involved in it.
Yeah.
Come to America.
The
we
the
will-
same writers who were kind of the main characters.
Yeah.
Stephen Mangan and I forget the other actress.
I can't remember her name,
She was
but
the-
she's in Black Books. You ever watch
Black
Black
Books.
Books?
No.
Did you ever watch Friday Night Dinner? The other one with
Watched an episode or two of it.
she's the mother.
She's the mother of
Okay,
Friday
yeah.
Night Dinner.
Not a big fan of the show, but yeah.
Friday Night Dinner, no, but I'm a fan of her. She's good in a lot of stuff.
I
What
like
else has
her.
she been in? She's in Shaun the Dead for a moment.
Oh, yeah?
True.
Yeah, she's
Yeah,
the
she's one of the other counterparts to their. Do you remember when they
The
go
other
by and the
Walking By?
friend? And they have all the counterparts to what they are.
Yes. She's
Yeah.
one of them. Okay.
yeah. She's the counterpart to your
mother.
one who was in Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, which took me ages to realise that was the same woman. It's hilarious. But yeah, she's in it, okay? And so it's them, they go over to America. They decide to do it. They go for it. And then as the show goes on, like, it's like, right, here we go. It's fantastic script. Let's show, they said they want your man to audition again for the role of the lead. So he flies over from England, comes over, does it, and they think it's great. And he does it again. And suddenly it's not funny at all. And he starts bringing like the American humor to try and like twist it a little bit. And they realize that the show does not work with him.
Yeah.
So they get rid of him. And they're like, well, this show is already starting to fall apart. What are we doing? Get Matt LeBlanc.
LeBlanc.
Matt LeBlanc comes in. They're like, this is not going to work. And Matt
Yeah.
LeBlanc hates them. They hate him. And the whole show is like them growing together like on the set. And the whole show is not them working on the show, but it's about these two British writers trying to just be happy with something they've written in America.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that is the whole premise of the show. The show changes from being about prestigious boarding school, headmaster, hopelessly in love with a gay woman, okay? Into a show called, it's called Lyman's Boys originally, into called Pucks, which is about Matt LeBlanc as the coach of a hockey team, I believe? Or some...
Still with a puck, yeah.
Yeah, shit, never mind.
That makes
Woo,
sense.
and I watched the whole thing, yeah. So yeah, while being unbelievably in love with just the really hot librarian.
Is she gay?
No,
Probably not.
no. But that's the crux of the show. Going through there and the producers trying to sort out the show, and it's fucking amazing.
So it's about
It sounds interesting.
it's about the relationships behind the scenes of trying to figure out their show.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
I think it perfectly captures that the whole thing.
How about this? Yeah, imagine Noise is off.
What?
What?
Right? It's a stage show.
Okay.
Okay. But it's the perfect.
Just silence.
The show.
Noise is off is a stage show that what happens during it is it's kind of like this, but the show starts with like everybody moving around and doing the show, and then
Someone fucks
the
up.
current it does, like, you see this performance, it's it's a really nice performance, and the curtain slows, and then what happens next is that it's a blackout, everybody comes back on stage,
And it's backstage, isn't it?
and it's backstage, and then
Everyone's turned around, are they?
everybody's turned
I've
around.
heard of this.
Yeah, and then what happens at the curtains close, and it's like, and the performers there, the female performers there, like in like at the thing, and the audience are in front of her here, and the actual real audience are behind her.
Yeah.
And then the curtains close, and then everyone just goes about their business. Like, it's about everything behind the scenes.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
rather than the
I
actual
know.
performance.
But yeah, I think that is like the perfect show. That's an example of a blend of British and American humor, because it works in
Does
both
it work?
countries.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they think that everything goes on is
Yeah.
fucking ridiculous. No, when they interact with each other, it's very British type humor. And then we have the Americans go on, they're all this, like, the loud, the boisterous, all that sort of shit. It's all backstabbing, all this usual shit. It's a fucking great show.
Matt LeBlanc is really good at sardonic, sarcastic humor.
He is
Surprisingly,
Is he?
as good as like the British performers.
Okay.
he nails everything. When there's emotional shit that goes on with him, it is actually emotional. When he's an asshole, he's an asshole completely.
How many episodes are there?
There were 4 or 5 seasons. I just binged the
Okay.
whole thing there again recently because I watched the first 3 seasons, and then I like waited the next year for the next season to come out, and I forgot about it completely. And then recently, it's all on Netflix now.
Is it? Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I'm watching it.
So I went back and went through all them. Right, so
So
things-
this is an amalgamation of the two different.
exactly, yeah. That's why I think it's perfect.
Imagine they adapted it. Sorry.
Then you have. Oh my god!
It's happened-
Yeah.
It's happening.
Germany adapted it.
Yeah, let's have American writers do a British show.
Yeah.
Wow. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, you have that. I loved it. Okay. The Office.
The Office.
Yeah. I watched the first episode of the UK Office. I watched every episode of the US Office
Every episode.
every episode of the US Office in about 2 weeks.
I did the complete opposite.
I haven't watched any UK. I've watched a lot of the US.
I watched all of the US within like a week or two when I saw I really, really liked it, and I haven't watched the UK Office.
I watched all the UK Office in like 2 days. I'd seen like bits and pieces of the US Office before, and I just had no interest. Maybe if I look at it now.
I only watched it because Jim.
Yeah.
They're like the dude, John Krasinski,
Yeah.
and also Michael Scott,
Yeah.
played by, what's his name?
Go on.
Different
Oh.
Anchorman,
Steve Carell.
Steve Carell.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like
So-
Steve Carell is like good in that, and then John Krasinski actually just surprising. That's the thing that makes me like John Krasinski.
So Aaron, you haven't seen any of the US? Or you seen bits of the US or what?
I've seen clips.
Yeah.
I've never given a shit. Like I've never seen a clip that made me go, "Damn, that's funny." But when you watch the UK Office, I have to force myself into it and prepare
It's so
my
cringy.
body. And
Well, like the US is cringy as well.
It is cringy,
Yeah.
but it does it in a more wholesome way.
Yeah.
Like, even if the people are bad, it's not because that like Michael is the furthest it goes, obviously.
Yeah.
And Dwight does that, but Dwight is more of like a stupid kind of.
Yeah.
oh, okay, I thought it was going to keep going.
No,
He's
he's
more
a
of
stupid. What's Ricky Gervais? He is just the king of cringe. That
Oh god,
He's-
that dance performance is so funny.
That is fucking
I love
amazing.
it so much.
Dance performance?
He gives a dance.
Oh, no. I'm going to show
I
you.
feel like I've heard this or seen this before.
I'm going to show you it after. It's
Okay.
really good.
He is so perfect as that character. 'Cause
Yeah.
the whole thing is just him.
He did an
He's
entire
just such
movie
an
about
asshole.
it. It was like 2 years ago.
Yeah, but that's just a sad film. It just shows that his life doesn't turn
It's a
around.
film about David Brett
Life on the road.
Okay.
Life on the road, because he's a musician. Like in the EP,
Yeah.
obviously plays some songs.
Oh,
and
yeah.
again, they're all horribly cringy. Just like they're all sitting around in circles. I fetch my
Like
guitar.
there was that entire. There's a Simpsons episode with David Brent.
There
That
is?
was the entire episode. The entire point of the episode is that I think he did the song in it. The point of the episode is that David Brent, I think it's David.
Yes,
David
Brent,
Brent goes. He lives in America, and they get new neighbors. And the Simpsons move to a town. I think it was some sort of witness protection or something. But they go to a town or something. I can't remember Can't remember how the setup goes. But basically, they meet this other family, which is Ricky Gervais, and him doing the voice for David Brent. And eventually, it's like marriage and him almost have a thing. And the way he seduces her is
This stand?
full on David Brent style. Like it is him in like a robe, and she comes in, and he's doing like this facial, like biting his lip and stuff, like, "Hey, marriage," and like really cringy stuff, which is just so fucking funny.
Yeah.
It is one of my favorite performances on The Simpsons. And he starts playing a guitar, and it's like, yeah, man. And like as he's talking with the fire going there, and then the credit scenes is just him. Like just doing
Yes, I
doing
know that.
improv for like a minute or two of just him on a guitar, just Ricky Gervais doing whatever, and then he just animated it.
Well, then can I ask, kind of outside that, but still somehow inside of it, do either of you watch any kind of comedy shows, as in like comedians themselves?
Wait, I'm confused.
Do you ever watch comedian? Like, do you ever
Stand
watch?
up.
Yes,
Stand up, yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, yeah. Okay. British humor or American humor? I know there are all other humor as well, but just specifically those two, because that's what we're comparing here.
My favourite comedian is Trevor Noah, so... South African.
I don't know. It's a cop out to say individuals. So
Yeah.
Not really. If that's what you prefer, then
because
it's okay.
I go like sometimes I change. Like at the moment, I really like James Adcaster, who's a British comedian. But like I remember a few weeks ago, I was watching an American stand-up comedian. I don't know, it changes, but I'd say mostly I've watched American are the ones that I will quote for a while, but the ones that I've watched the most and the ones I tend to go with were British.
Alright.
When I was younger, it was British.
I
Now
think
it's
British,
more.
yeah.
Yeah, that's-
Now it's actually more American.
Like, I like Jack Whitehall.
Yes.
I like
Yeah.
the guy who plays the principal in Between
John
Us.
Oliver.
Greg Davies.
Oh no, sorry. I thought you were talking about the principal from the
Yeah,
community, which
I-
is John Oliver.
No, in thing, yeah.
Yeah, mostly British comedians. Also, I think it's also because we're from Ireland, right beside there.
It's similar comedy.
We see more of that.
Yeah.
If we're from America, we wouldn't see as much of it.
Is it though? But if you compare an Irish comedian to an English comedian, it's not always the same. You compare Tiernan to like, you'll find similarities.
No, what I mean
Yeah,
is that
but-
our exposure to it.
Are you
Our
really?
exposure to it is that if we were in America, I don't think we'd see those comedians as much, obviously.
No, we wouldn't.
But I think by growing up and watching sitcoms, you're exposed to more
American
comedians.
Oh, I know
performing
that,
than-
but
yeah.
also I don't imagine being in America and seeing Mock the Week.
No, but
No, that's fair.
That's where I would have seen a lot of these people.
yeah,
Like where I would have seen like people like Greg Davies.
Yeah.
And where I would have seen like Frankie
Frankie
Boyle.
Boyle.
Stuff like that. Like I would not have seen them probably if I went over if I was born living in America. But being exposed over here, that's not going against them as well. But I think British humor is more the comedians I have enjoyed.
Well, I can't say that it's down to like the way that even the jokes are delivered, like whether it's be them fucking shouting or anything like that. I can't say that because I love Rod Gilbert, and his whole thing is essentially it's just all observational comedy, just him talking about like shit that goes on. Like one of his whole fucking shows is just about him with his anger management diary for the last year
Yeah.
because he had serious fucking anger management issues. You've seen some of the stuff he's done like on talk shows, like radio
love
talk
it.
shows, him losing his shit.
I love it.
He's one angry motherfucker, but he's
The flaming
great.
Brandenburg.
The
is such a
Battenberg
good-
tattoo.
It's such a good story.
The Flaming Battenberg tattoo is
It's
incredible.
a giant story.
Yeah, him going with the potato. That's shit. I want one potato. One jacket potato, not fucking two. It's really simple stuff, okay? And it's not even just him talking about shit that's gone on with him over like the last year. And it's really good. Like the names of the shows, the award-winning mince pie, the cat that looked like Nicholas Lyndhurst, which is Rodney from Only Fools and Horses.
Oh yeah.
That sort of stuff, okay? Really basic. British comedians, I don't know. I find them easier to put on and listen to. So much easier. Because it just seems to be when it's American stand-up, it becomes this big, grandiose fucking thing. Last night I watched Raw. I watched Eddie Murphy's Raw last night.
I haven't seen it.
No? Didn't see Delirious or anything like that, no?
No.
Right, okay.
I've heard Raw is just, well, obviously Raw. But
It's just...
Delirious is the one I've heard is better quality, but Raw is just shocking. That is just like him, just like uncensored, just going at it.
There is a lot of horrible shit he says in that.
Yeah, I've heard that's more shocking than actual quality, and Delirious has more.
There are moments last night where I genuinely laughed aloud, but the majority I was just sitting there going, just a slight smile going, yeah, he's really into it. I was more sort of admiring his physicality. He owns that stage when he stands on it. Eddie Murphy really knows how to fucking work. He's incredible.
There are some real good American comedians I like though.
Absolutely,
Like,
yeah, of course.
Bo Burnham,
Bo Burnham is a fucking icon to me.
Donald Glover,
Yes.
James Gunn.
I love you waiting to say that.
I wouldn't go straight into him.
Yeah, Louis C.K.
Dude, you were saying, what was it? Tell us.
Wait. I just want to break it down. Did you hear about Louis C.K. doing a show?
Sorry, what?
He did a show 4 days ago. Louis C.K.'s first show in a small comedy club.
How'd it go?
Apparently okay.
Well, probably well.
Yeah.
It's only his press is there. His skills are so good.
Yeah.
Like, it's only like his...
He said he was going away.
Well,
He went away for a couple of months. Which is what every comedian does. They go away, write stuff, then come back. That's what he did. Like every
Lee
comedian.
Evans.
Why? He just
He is,
Lee Evans was
one,
hard.
he is one of my favourites.
Oh, really?
Lee Evans was a great.
Well, yeah, he retired also because he is probably the most physical comedian.
Yes.
Like,
he's so sweaty. He's so sweaty.
Yeah, that's the thing.
yeah.
He always wears a suit and he always sweats. I have seen him multiple times. I love him. He's
I love
he's
his
one
sweat.
I go with my entire family.
Yeah.
Like, he's like I've gone with my brothers and sisters and my mother and father. And it's one of the few times that we've all gone to somewhere together is that we all went to see Lee Evans.
No.
Twice we've done that, where 2 different shows over like the span of many years, we just go and see Lee Evans, and we saw him on his final tour, like the last shows he was doing, and we just got to see him before
You were
he
there.
retired.
Was it Monster? Was it?
What?
Was it Monster?
Monster? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was really happy.
Yeah.
I was really happy to see him again, and because I saw him before when I was like quite young, and then I could see him like this is he was leaving and retiring. Another comedian is Australian comedian, which is one I grew up with as well, Lee Evans, which is another family one, which is not family friendly. Please don't have that in the room with any children. I grew up with that, but wow. Right. Kevin Bloody Wilson.
Oh my God!
I knew you
no.
mentioned him.
Oh yeah.
Were you like Roy Chubby Brown as well? Were you? Roy Chubby Brown, Kevin Bloody Wilson.
Kevin
I don't know
Bloody
who these
Wilson.
people are, but Gary always mentions
Roy,
them.
Roy Chubby Brown and Freddie Starr.
Crude, man.
Roy Chubby Brown and Freddie Starr are my father's favourite comedians.
Yeah.
That's
Freddie Starr also being known for playing a Nazi several times in a lot of his comedy shows. And yeah, that's like to
PewDiePie makes one video and he gets loads of shit.
Jesus Christ.
but Kevin
One
Bloody Wilson's
video
one.
where he fucked up. Yeah.
I've been like
He was
this.
wearing a uniform. He didn't do anything bad.
I've been listening to those guys since I was a child, like very young.
PewDiePie?
No.
Oh.
Freddie Starr and like Roy Chubby Brown and Kevin Bloody Wilson, and yeah, I remember I've seen Kevin Bloody Wilson twice in Ireland because he was banned for 20 years.
Yeah.
What?
He was banned for 20 years in Ireland. And
How bad is this man?
And like the opening night he came back to Ireland after 20 years, I was there. I was like, yes, yes. And then he came back to him like a few years after that when he came back with his, he was also there with his daughter, who he named his daughter Jenny.
That's an okay name.
No, that's not her full name. Her name is Jenny Talia.
That's not an okay name.
And
poor child.
She is obviously because there's no way she wasn't going to get into the business because she calls herself She comes on stage and goes, I'm Jenny Talia from Australia.
Oh my god.
And she does the same thing.
Gave her a gift.
She does, imagine all the songs she does about like penises and dicks and
She does that about vaginas and shit, yeah?
I
see, yeah.
Yeah, she does that kind of like her father as well, and she plays the guitar and sings with an Australian accent. She's like her father. Her quality is as good as his too. If by quality I mean like crude humor, so
making
crude
you
humor.
feel dirty.
I literally
one
of my favorite songs that he does is 10-inch cock with ribs.
I think we now understand what happened to Gary when he was younger.
So,
that's why he's
my
this way.
favorite part is about these two old prostitutes in a brothel, and this kid comes in with like a huge wang, and obviously 10-inch, and he just says and like 3/4 of the way, almost when he's finished the song, right, he's getting to the final verse. I just like, and you know where that kid is today? He's standing on the stage singing to you. It's like, cause my cock's got ribs. Anyway.
So back on topic. American versus English shows.
Versus Australian.
I think this episode's gonna be named fucking like English versus American humor. It's not even like shows anymore. We've gone into like comedians now.
Featuring Bloody Wilson.
Featuring Bloody Wilson.
House of Cards is good, isn't it?
Speaking of gun and fucking Louis C.K.
Oh no!
Yeah, there you go. Oh my god. At least his will last longer. Should we end it there? I think.
I think so.
Yeah, because that was
it's a good place.
Yeah, right there, Gary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dudes and ladies,
Do not check out Kevin Bloody Wilson or Roy Chubby Brown. In fact, go watch Bo Burnham. Make Happy.
you can also find him on Netflix.
It's only on Netflix. Make Happy is only on Netflix.
It's much easier to find him. Kevin Bloody Wilson, go ahead and find that online as well if you want to. Go ahead. I recommend. Okay, I'm not going to recommend that.
Don't.
Thanks for listening.
There's so many offensive just titles that if I said it would be screwed.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much for listening. I have been Gary. This was
Aaron.
And this was
David.
And that'll be the end of another week. And you can find us at our social media handles at Tidbitcast on Facebook and Instagram. You can also see us at and hear us at
Send us a message of your favourite comedians.
podcast and most podcast and audio platforms at Tidbitcast as well, including Spotify. And of course, if you want to support us, YouTube is the easiest way to do that. We need those views, dudes. And
Gives them views.
of course, you can if you like any comedians or you have any shows that you think was adapted well or not adapted well, I just want to talk to us about the
Men Behaving Badly was amazing.
Which?
Men Behaving Badly, English version, amazing. Never touched again. Sorry.
If you want to do that, like just talk to Tidbit at gmail.com.
talktotidbit@gmail.com.
talktotidbit@gmail.com.
We'll see you in the next one.
Yurt.
Bye.
Yurt.
Oh. You look so lost, David.
Bye.